What's up, inventors? Let's do a great example on the fundamentals of a direct sale website. This isn't Amazon. This isn't other channels. Let's just talk about if you have a website for your product, where and how you need to think, starting with the very, very first point. Let's switch over to this channel and talk about the number one thing a lot of people miss when they are building or thinking of selling their product on a website, and it's very simple. You are selling to a human being, right? This is a human being. Everybody talks about algorithms and SEO. Remember, outside that screen, outside here, it has to transfer from the screen to the human. Never lose sight of that. That's almost 0.0. Let's make the next point here. Getting attention. Getting attention is got to be one of the most challenging things as an inventor. And this isn't even in the scope of this video, because getting attention can be a viral video, can be posts online, can be hanging a flyer, right? Getting attention is how you get this started, right? They don't go to your website and search for your problem magically because they're not looking for the problem. You have invented a solution to their problem that they're not aware of yet. So getting attention will be one of your biggest challenges. And this is also where most people burn a lot of dollars later, because they spend money on Facebook ads and nothing happens. Well, why doesn't things happen? Why don't things happen? Excuse me. Let's talk about why. So let's say you got their attention, but once you get their attention, then what? Well, you got to generate excitement. And let's go over to my video, or this is my website here for Oil Letter. And I got your attention somehow, some way, some form. Now I got to start generating excitement, right? Oil Letter designed to get messy so you stay clean. You were obviously looking for an oil change tool because that was my targeted get attention work. And you want to be clean when you do it, right? So I've got your attention and I've got you excited on a perceived, this is a perceived solution. This is not the reality because they don't have experience with your product yet. So you have to remember, excitement is very, very short-lived. And what happens in the human brain after is very, very simple. And you end up doing the next step, which is you're going to be battling objections. And what are those objections? In the case of my product, one of the simple things that happened that we found out is people didn't realize it was flexible. It was further down the video. So by the time you lost their attention in this goldfish environment where competing for attention with reels is extremely difficult, they didn't get the answer they needed soon enough to stay on the page. Oh, really cool idea, but it won't fit up in my thing. There's a frame there. It's like, it's flexible. Oh, I didn't see it. It's because they only got 22 or 23 seconds into the video. And what ended up happening is, in my particular example of this product, is we had to physically reorder our video. And so our voiceover of the video and the sequence of the cuts, we actually did twice, because what we learned with reviews and talking to people and feedback while spending money, burning cash, to discover what people object to buying it for, right? You log that and you rank it. One of the biggest ones was they didn't realize it was flexible. So we changed the order of how we present it on our website. And that is very critical as you scroll down the website, right? The new way, the old way, coming across. It also matters, cell phone. As you scroll, you got to have cell phone friendly stuff, but it's very, very critical. So when we're talking about really big items for direct sale websites, you want to look up, and you are going to go from excitement to the human brain, and the human brain is going to go, I'm going to try to save myself. I'm going to object, and I don't do the next thing, which is you have no trust. You have absolutely no trust in a product, and you have even less trust in an advertisement, because people know it's an advertisement. They go, yeah, you've said it. It's an ad. They're lying. False advertising. No way that'll work. You immediately object to it simply because it's an advertisement. This is the power of influencers, right? And we'll go into this discussion in depth later, but influencers have one thing advertisement agencies don't, and that's a following of people who like them and have built trust. This is why they can charge so much money and they make so much money, because this barrier to sales is tremendously huge. A lot of people will love a product, love the idea, be super frustrated with the solution, and they simply will not pay for it until they have more trust. That could be a friend recommendation, as seen, reviews, so on and so forth. Trust. It's huge. The next one, and one of the last ones, that is when, after you've sold to the human, you have their attention, you've generated excitement, you've managed their objections appropriately so they still continue on down your website. Again, as we're working on the website, we're going through this process, and then we get to CTA. And the CTA is the classic acronym for call to action. That's the, can I have your money for this request? And as an inventor, get used to asking for money. Absolutely. There's a nugget for you. You'll typically get a no. And that's okay. Because there's another thing in a pro move that you also see all the time that you're not realizing is going on in the human mind, because things are structured to sell to the human. And the last one is very simple. Excuse me. Oop. We're going to go ahead and add one more element. Tension. As seen, limited time offer. Only available this weekend. Buy one, get one free. Right? So this structure and this overall, there's lots of ways to do this, but conceptually, when you're selling something directly and you're making the false assumption that people get it, they don't, you need to go through the selling to a human brain process, which will object and challenge your solution. So it's very critical. You look at the website and you have structure and planning in your website, and it's not something that I see a lot of inventors make mistakes on. Is you go to their website and they're selling it to themselves. They got tons of words everywhere. You go cross-eyed with data or content or whatever, and it's too much. You glaze somebody's eyes over and they're gone. So this is very critical to get right. And we're going to talk a lot about doing this in this course. Thank you, and let's continue.